Okay, check 1, 2. Let's say you ended up on this screen, right? You plugged in the BrightSign device, you gave it a blank, put in a blank micro SD card, and then you plugged in a Ethernet cord that's just open to the internet. This is what you should see on the screen. Purple background, QR code, right? A couple other things here. And right off the bat, there's something we can do with just a browser window. So let me open up a browser. And it even says on the screen right there, this is where we're going to do a manual setup. So see right here, gives you the IP address. Oops. And then /setup, enter. And now even on the display itself, device setup is currently being performed via web browser. So it knows I'm actually accessing the IP and doing something. And then back in the browser itself, you'll see it's a white background. There's a little timer, similar information, and I can just set up a player like this. So I can go here, click on next. What type of networking? Right now this one is hardwired via Ethernet. And then it's going to run a couple tests. Check internet, okay. And then it gets a time server so it knows what time it is. Then next, this is where you can choose which software. And they're both free to download from their website. The one I'd recommend is going to be BrightAuthor Connected. It's the newer version, has a bit more like perks and features. UI is better, so use that one. Go to next. And here is where we want to take a pause. The way that we want to make updates for this video is going to be just local file networking. So I'm going to click on this button and it'll bring me to the next step. This is a XT244 test unit. Customization, I like to use name only. Don't need a description. And then click on finish. So it tells me that please wait for the device to complete the setup process. The device may also need to reboot multiple times, and that's pretty much what it's going to do. So we'll give it a minute and we'll come back to this screen. Okay, if you see this screen here, then that means it might take a bit longer. The yellow bar in the middle means that it's going to perform an automatic firmware update. And right now this version, this is 8.5.33. The latest version that we can see is back on their website under download. This is also where you download the software, BrightAuthor Connected. And since this is an XT244, I'm going to have to go to XT4. You'll see the official release, BrightSign OS, is 8.5.47. So I'm a little bit old here, 8.5.33. This means it's automatically doing its thing. So, be right back. Okay, and we're back. So, this is the end goal. We want this another purple screen to show up, and it'll say, congratulations, your BrightSign player is set up. And down here in the text, it says go to the Publish tab in BrightAuthor, or Schedule tab in BrightAuthor Connected. Select Local Network Publishing type. You can add your device to the list, blah, blah, blah. And this is where I'm going to kind of transition to show you the software itself. So let me get out of here. And you'll even see that the OS version was updated to the latest, which is 8.5.47. All right, I'll make this a bit smaller. Let's open up BrightAuthor Connected. All right, so to get to point A to point B, which is getting something to play on this screen, all we need to do really is to, let's say, create a presentation, couple images, save, and then when we're at the Schedule tab, this is where we, on the left-hand side, this is where we want to drop down to local network. You actually see that this model is not actually in that list yet. So what I can do is click on this little plus icon and simply just plug in the IP address. Add player, and now you'll see it just comes up very quickly and easily. If it pops up like this, that means it's ready to go. So I just made that presentation. This is the schedule tab that it's talking about there. I just need to checkbox it, click on publish, and now it's just going to transfer those couple images. This is actually go through reboot, come back up, and then it'll start playing this presentation, these 3 images in a loop. All right, so it's pretty almost done with this reboot. See that flash right there? That means it's in a good shape. Alrighty, so there it is. Starts playing that image. I think I set it for 6 seconds. Next one for 6 seconds. The next one for 6 seconds. And if I need to change this at any time, I can go back to my presentation. Let's say swap out for the next 3. Save, publish. Local network, test unit, publish. And now you see it's almost an instantaneous. That first reboot needs to happen just for the player to start just knowing what it's supposed to be doing. Receive content, play content, things like that.